In this video, we're going to solve a multi-step equation with variables on both sides. The first thing we're going to do is draw a vertical line through our equal sign. And as you can see, the steps are listed out on the right side of the screen. Then we need to look to see if we can distribute. And because we have parentheses, we can see on the left side, we're going to distribute -3 to everything inside the parentheses. So for now, the 5 is just going to drop down. And then -3 times 1x, because we can put a 1 in front. -3 times 1x will give us -3x. Then we can take -3 times -4, because we always have to take the sign in front, and that will give us +12. Then on the right-hand side, we also can distribute. So we can multiply the 2 by everything inside the parentheses. 2 times 4x will give us 8x. And then 2 times -1, because again, we have to take the sign in front, will give us -2. Now we have to look if we can combine like terms. So on the left side of the screen, or on the left side of our equal sign, we can combine 5 with +12. And this will give us 17. And then -3x just drops down. On the right-hand side, 8x minus 2, those are not like terms, so I cannot combine those. Now moving on to step 3, if we have variables on both sides, and in this case we do, we need to move one of them by doing the inverse. Remember that if you move the smaller term, then you're less likely to need to deal with negatives. So I'm going to move my -3x by adding 3x to both sides. So -3x plus 3x equals 0, and my 17 will just drop down. Then 8x plus 3x will give me 11x minus 2. Now we have a two-step equation, so we can read that side of the equation with our variable, and then we'll work backwards using inverse operations to solve it. So in this case, I would read this as x times 11 minus 2. Now, working backwards using inverse operations, the last thing that I read was minus 2. So the inverse would be to add 2 to both sides of the equal sign. 17 plus 2 will give me 19. -2 plus 2 equals 0, which means I'm left with 11x. Then the last step, I need to do the inverse of times 11, so I'm going to divide by 11. If you put 19 divided by 11 in your calculator, it will give you a decimal, so we can just leave it as the fraction because it can't be reduced as 19 over 11. And then 11 divided by 11 equals 1, which leaves us with just x. So our final answer is 19 over 11 equals x, or x equals 19 over 11.